Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Unconditional release. Federal government knows it can't dare UN. Ipob tells Northern Group. Unconditional release. Federal government knows it can't dare UN. Ipob tells Northern Groups. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has described as laughable, disgraceful and unguided the statement credited to the Northern Coalition Group, NCG, on the United Nations Working Group on Human Rights and Arbitrary Detentions, recent demand for the unconditional release of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Ipob, which stated this yesterday, in a statement signed by its Media and Publicity Secretary Emmanuel Powerful, said that NCG is a faceless northern group that only displayed its idiocy and absolute ignorance in the attack and warning to the United Nations. The CNG out on Friday in Abuja at a press conference rejected the call by the UN for the unconditional release of the Ipob leader, Kanu, accusing the world body of bias in its disposition towards certain regions of the country. But Ipob replying the group noted that the NCG statement showed how undemocratic and lawless the members are. It is not far from the truth that the government in Nigeria sponsored this faceless northern group to attack the UN decisions. They went to test the reactions of the international community. The world must understand that Fulani people are parasites in Nigeria who are bent on hijacking indigenous peoples' ancestral land and resources in Nigeria, but Ipob won't allow them. They have hijacked strategic positions in Nigeria government, have deliberately and tactically weakened the Nigerian military while empowering the Fulani terrorists to take over Nigerian government structure and then seize the ancestral lands of all the indigenous people. Ipob said that the statement by the Northern Group attacking the United Nations showed that the members of the group are demented and do not know that the United Nations opinion is not the same as the Nigerian court orders they flout at will, adding that attacking United Nations opinion shows how clueless, uninformed, and inconsequential they are. The pro-Biafra group pointed out that the United Nations is the final arbiter in the world, saying that no ranting and undemocratic nature can change the decision of the UN. This faceless NCG thinks that they have the temerity to challenge United Nations opinion on its core mandate in sanctioning tyrants and human rights abusers in the world. It said, wondering when the Northern Group has become the federal government spokespersons. For Nigeria government to have kept mute since the order from United Nations means they knew what they have entered into. They don't want to say anything that will go contrary to UN's decision as a government. Instead, this motley of uninformed Northern element came out to publicize their ignorance and clueless to the world. They don't know what United Nations stands for in the control of nations, Ipob said. The indigenous people of Biafra Ipob, as described as laughable, disgraceful and unguided statement credited to the Northern Coalition Group (NCG) on the United Nations Working Group on Human Rights and Arbitrary Detentions, recent demand for the unconditional release of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Ipob, which stated this yesterday in a statement signed by its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, said that NCG is a faceless Northern group that only displayed its idiocy and absolute ignorance in the attack and warning to the United Nations arm. The CNG out on Friday in Abuja at a press conference rejected the call by the UN for the unconditional release of the Ipob leader, Kanu, accusing the world body of bias in its disposition towards certain regions of the country. But Ipob replying the group noted that the NCG statement showed how undemocratic and lawless the members are. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what